Lord, you didn't give me any money, but you gave me the right to complain. Woo! Complaining so long in the left hand, the other hand will fall off. Well, I got my baby. I'll hold on just a while longer and see what California looks like now, and look around inside myself and bet. I can't do no more than kick, Lord. Kick this way, kick that way, and when I kick it proper, and then I kick it proper, look out for your boy, Lord. Slim was always talking to God like that. We got to know each other fine and could talk to ourselves anytime. The other one only listened. I'd say tic-tac-toe, counting my footsteps, and Slim would say, there you go. Just as absent-minded and thinking about something else. It was the grandest fun and good. Someday, Grandpa, I'll make a whole lot of money for you and me, but I'll enjoy it like Slim enjoyed it without no money, and make sure to be a happy man. We crossed over the town, and pretty soon there we was on the highway, and there was the Susquehanna River running right with us, most solemn and black and not making a sound for miles. And here comes a man with a little tiny suitcase, hurrying along most jaunty from the shore, and seen us and waved and said, walk a little faster if you want to keep up with me, for I'm going to Kennedy, and I don't aim to waste time. Well, he wasn't even caught up with us and talked like that, but soon enough he passed us. Can't lag, son, can't lag, he said, and was looking back. Me and Slim hurried on after him, quick. Where are you headed? Slim said, and the man, he was just a little old man, white and poor, said, why, I'm going to get me a highball up the river here as soon as I cross the bridge. Member of the Veterans of Foreign Wars in the American Legion. Red Cross in this town won't give me a dime. Tried to sleep in the rail yards last night and they put a spotlight on me. Told them, you'll never see me in this town again. Walked away. Had a good breakfast last week. Martinsburg, West Virginia. Pancakes, syrup, ham, toast, 2 glasses, milk and a half, and a Mars candy bar. Always like to load up for the winter like a squirrel. Had grits and brains in Hippensburg 2 weeks ago and wasn't hungry for 3 days. You mean Harrisburg. Hippensburg, son. Hippensburg, Pennsylvania. I got to meet my partner in Kennedy by month's end so I can go into a uranium deal. No upstate New York. He said, waving his fist most determined. He was a funny old man, was short and thin, all weaseled up in his face, that had such a long, horny nose, and looked so shrunk and wan under his hat I wouldn't recognize if I seen him again. Walk fast, he yelled to us in behind. Knew a boy 3 years ago on this road just the same as you, lazy, slow, don't lag. We followed him, you had to hustle some. We walked about 2 miles. Where are we going, Slim said. Know what I had me in Harrisburg last night? One fine meal, I tell you, in any diner in the world. Had Candy's pig's feet, yams with peas, peanut butter sandwich, 2 cups of tea and jello and fruits in it. Old veteran of foreign wars cooked behind the counter. On the 12th of this month, had me a cold shower, followed by hot. In the Cameo Hotel, won't tell you where. Desk clerk was Jim, veteran of foreign wars. I caught a cold and sneezed myself all over. You sure keep moving along, Pop, said Slim. Old silver-haired man with a pack an hour ago couldn't even keep up with me. All set for Kennedy. I am. Got things in this bag. Got a nice new necktie, too. His bag was a poor little tore-up piece of cardboard and was held together by a big belt tied around it. He kept fiddling at the belt. Wait a second while I take out the tie, he said, and we all stopped in front of an empty gas station, and he kneeled down to undo the belt. I sat down and watched and caught back the rest of my legs and watched. That man was so funny. That was why Slim was following him and talking to him so. Slim just went along trailing what interested him, you know, and couldn't say no to any old man like that. Now where can that tie be, said the old man, and fiddle-faddled around in his busted satchel the longest time and scratched his head. Now don't tell me I left it in Martinsburg. I packed 2 dozen cough drops that morning, and remember the tie was stuck up alongside. No, it wasn't Martinsburg at all. Now where was it? Harrisburg. Ah, shoot. This old tie will do till I get to Ogdensburg, New York State. And off we went again walking. He didn't have no such tie. Grandpa, don't believe it if you will, But we walked 6 more miles along that river with that old man, and something was supposed to be around the bend every time, but there never was anything. I never walked so much and minded it so little. He talked so crazy. I have all my papers, he kept saying, and told us what he'd done in every town for the past month to eat, how he showed his credentials at places, and what the meal was, and how much sugar he put in his coffee and crackers in his soup. It made me and Slim hungry to hear him. He's so small and loved food so large, and walked and walked. Well, that something never showed up, and we had walked clear into the wilderness where the road lit in only the longest spaces. Slim stopped cold and said, "Say, you must be," but didn't want to say crazy, and just said, "You must be Pop," and me and my brother better turn back. Back? No back about this part of the country. I just misjudged you boys like I misjudged that young man 3 years ago. That's all I done. I'm ready to go on if you ain't. Well, we can't walk all night, Slim said. Go ahead, give up. I'm all set to walk to Kennedy and straight on through New York City if that's how the chips fall. New York City, Slim yelled. Did I hear you say? Ain't this the road west to Pittsburgh? Slim stopped, but the man hurried right along. Say, did you hear me? Slim yelled. The old man heard him all right, but didn't care. Keep walking, I say. Maybe I'll be in Kennedy. Maybe I won't. Can't wait around all night. And he kept talking and walking till all we could see was his shadow fading in the dark and gone like a ghost. Well, Slim said it was a ghost, and he worried himself to death standing there with me in those fearful river woods at midnight, trying to figure where he was and how he got lost. All I could hear now was the pat of rain on a million leaves, and the chug-chug across the river, and my own heart beating in all that open air. Lord, it's something. Why'd I go follow that crazy man, Slim said, and seemed lonesome, and looked for me and reached. Some pick, you there? Slim, I'm scared, I said. Well, don't be scared. We'll walk back to town and get back to those lights and folks can see us. Woo. Slim, who was that man? I asked him, and he said, shoo, that was some kind of ghost of the river. He's been looking for Kennedy in Virginia, West Pennsylvania, North New York City, East Arthritis, and South Potawatomi for the last 80 years, as far as I can figure, and on foot too. He'll never find the Kennedy. He'll never get the Kennedy because he's going the wrong way all the time. So, Grandpa, the next 3 cars swished by, and the 4th one stopped for us, and we ran for it. It was big, solemn white man in a beach wagon truck. Yes, he said, this is the road west to Pittsburgh, but you better go back to town for a ride. That old man is going to walk west all night, and he wants to get to the north to Kennedy, said Slim. And it was the God-awfulest truth. And we was talking about that ghost of the Susquehanna for the next 3 months, I tell you, when we got to Sheila in San Francisco. One of the old men, the one that is equated with Jesus, has blue eyes. Kerouac had blue eyes, and of course Jesus, the idea of traveling and the idea of the suffering of Jesus, connect that as being Kerouac. And the other old man who's always traveling but never will get to where he